And so you're watching today's screencast for Tuesday, February 25th. And first thing I want to make mention of is that there was an Edmodo quiz from yesterday. That's what you're looking at right here. I would pause this video if you didn't take it yet, because there are only 8 kids that turned it in, and that's probably leaving out half of you. So maybe do a quick pause and run out and take that Edmodo quiz if you forgot to yesterday. And then as a reminder, at the end of today's lesson, you will have another Edmodo little 5-question quiz. So, we're going to try to get some accountability and get some scores in the book and these kinds of things. So, and then when I come back on Wednesday, I'll take a look at your DVD that you've designed so far, and you'll get credit for both days of design. So anyhow, let's move forward and get you the next part of the lesson here. By the end of the day, you will understand how to put things into drop zones and see what they're for, and then also how to add the content and maybe design some buttons. So some of this will not apply to some of you because you did not use themes that supported drop zones, which wasn't a requirement. Certainly that's not a bad thing, but drop zones are used for decoration only. And so let's show you how they work. So in my theme, again, I have my background music playing. These drop zones are used to put pictures or even video into that would help give your main menu a little bit of style. So for me, remember, I was doing a video commercial portfolio from all the commercials I did. So what I would probably do is drop either video of some of the commercials I did, or maybe I like stills even in these drop zones from the video that I've created. So you have to decide, what would you like your decoration to look like? For most of us, I think a still would be best in these drop zones. Some people at least have been firm with the fact that when you do a video in a drop zone, it can take away from or distract, but it's up to you. I wouldn't put my videos themselves that I did in here. I mean, that's what they're going to be clickable areas for. So anyhow, here's what I did. Okay, this is a video clip that I used in one of my commercials, some stock footage. And so if this was one of my commercials and this footage was in there, what I would like to do is maybe take a screen grab of it and use that in one of my drop zones. So what I'm going to do is just get it on the frame I want. And remember, on a Mac, to do a screen grab, I'm going to hold Shift Command and then tap the number 4. And then I'm just going to select the region I want to grab the screen grab from. So I'll just randomly grab that. All right, so there's one of my stills. And then, of course, I have, I have about 6 drop zones. So I got to find some more stills, and preferably I choose stills from the commercials I did. So to make it believable here, I don't have any of my commercials I did. So I'm just going to grab one of your commercials and take a screen grab of it. Lauren, you're the guinea pig of choice here. So I'm going to go right here and take a screen grab. Actually, it's going to be Taylor. So, all right, Shift Command 4. And this is, again, for decoration only. So there's a screen grab. So I'm simulating grabbing screenshots from some of my best work. And you guys are providing that work for me for now. All right, so let's just assume this was actually my content. Okay, and again, for the purpose of decorating my DVD menu only. So now if I go back, these drop zones are where I drop those stills that I took. So I'm only going to drop 3 of them. Let's drop the screenshot I put here. Let's drop this screenshot here and this screenshot here, and you'll get the idea. So now when you put this in motion, that's what you'd see on your television. Okay, and again, decoration only. I haven't actually put any clickable content on the website, on the DVD yet. I'm just trying to decorate it. It looks kind of cool. What would video look like in one of those drop zones? Here's video as a decoration only. By the way, you can drop it in the drop zone there too. So if I put it in motion, you get that. So really, it's up to you. Now, if you don't have drop zones, then certainly you're not going to have that decorative part of your DVD done. But what we'd like to do now is teach you how to put the actual content or each of the videos on here. And eventually what they'll be is little clickable areas so that you can click the movie and watch it, okay, in your living room DVD player. So anyhow, really, this part's probably the easiest part. You have to browse out to the export and move that you airdrop me. And so I've got them really in a convenient place. They're on my desktop, aren't they? So let's say I wanted to put my training video on here. And what you put on here is really up to you. So if I just grab one of your training videos, let's grab Jason's video. And what you want to do is drag it where you don't have a drop zone. All right, I want to make sure that I drag it to an open area of the DVD that doesn't have drop zone labeled by it. Otherwise, it's going to sit in the drop zone. And remember, drop zones are decoration only. They're not actually clickable, playable areas. So if I drag a video here, I'm not on a drop zone. So it's going to import that as a clickable area for me to watch my video on. So let's say I drag my training video, and now I want to drag, this window doesn't want to close for me. Let's drag one of the tutorials that you did. Okay, I'm just randomly grabbing one, but you can apply this to what you want to do. I'll grab this one. Notice, don't drag it onto a drop zone. And then let me drag one more. Let me drag a 6th grade, well, no, I don't think these have exports. Let's drag one of the genre switch movie trailers. These were really good, by the way. Let's grab Jack's right here. Drop it right there. All right, so after you've decided which content you want on your DVD, it's time to name your things. And the other thing you're going to want to get into the habit of doing is being careful of your title safe zone. So I don't want these off the screen on my TV. So what I'm going to do is go to View and show my TV safe area. Okay, so I'm pretty close here. My title, I probably got to slide down. By the way, when you right-click any of these areas like this or your title, you're going to want to show the inspector because you can change, for example, the font, size, color of your title. So maybe you want something a little bit bigger, like I do. Okay, so my title is going to go up here, and then these are actually the clickable areas, and so therefore the inspector looks different, right? He looks, he can determine which you want the button to look like and so on. So I have not assigned a button yet. I'd like to rename these first. And you got to be careful. If you double click one, it's going to go into preview mode. Check it out. If I go into preview mode, whoops, it's showing me what it would look like if I were to burn the DVD and play it in my living room. So if I exit out of there, that happens a lot. You're trying to name something and you accidentally double click on it. So let me just name this as silent film. Okay, and I'm just trying to simulate what you're doing. Sin City Effect, I'll call this. And then I'll name this one just plain old E.T. And then you have to decide, do you want these to become a little bit more decorative with a button? Or in my case, the theme I chose, it puts a square bullet out front. Okay, so this is where you get into buttons over here on the side. And you can determine what you'd like your little clickable area to look like by using buttons. And you don't have to use buttons, you can use the default, but a lot of kids enjoy buttons because they get a little bit more creativity involved. So if I choose just text, these are my choices. Right? So for example, if I go silent film, we'll apply this. It becomes kind of an underline with that kind of that underline type of thing. So you can go with bullets. That's what I had, I think, by default. Mine was like a square bullet. Or you can go with a shape. Right? Any of these are legit. That doesn't look good. Let's not kid ourselves. That's from a different theme. I'm going to go with more of the artistic. Okay, so in my theme, I have things kind of rectangular. So what if I went with something a little bit more rectangular? Okay, maybe even the category rectangle. Right? So it's kind of matching my theme right here. So that's a button with a rectangular theme. Now, if I was smart, I would have highlighted all of these, right? If I click the first, I can command click these others, or I should be able to multiple select them. All right, it's not command. You would think so, but in in iDVD, it's shift click. So what I will do is, now that they're all selected, if I apply either the same one or a different one, then it'll apply to all. So, all right, so there's my button. And you can determine what size you'd like the button or how you'd like the button to behave. So if I select all these buttons again, and I go into my inspector window, I can determine what I want with respect to these buttons. So maybe I want a drop shadow on them. And then do you want the movie to play through the button, or do you want to do a still image? All right, so you really can't tell what is showing until you can go into your motion part. So let's just bring these down in size a hair. You can put like a label below it, or even a nice transition so when they're clicked. So if I go like a cube, and then I go into, let's just play this so you can see what it looks like. Well, you can see the video playing through here. Again, you don't have to have video playing through these. You can have a still, right? So if I stop that from playing, look what I got. Instead of having a button that has a movie, I can have a still image. So it's really up to you, and you can choose, if I choose this as my button and then I just slide this head, I could have that be our still. Maybe for Sin City, I want that to be my still, and then maybe for ET, I'd like to have that be my still. So whether you use stills in the background of these buttons, or you use full motion video that you choose, really that's up to you. Okay, and then what you're going to want to get into the habit of doing is clicking on play right here. And that's the same thing you'd get if you double clicked one of these. That puts you into play mode, so you can pretend that you're in your living room. This gives you a virtual DVD player preview. So what will it look like in your living room so far? Look like this. When you hit play, that's what people will see in your living room when you put the DVD in the DVD player. All right, now how do you play a movie? Well, the mouse acts as your remote in your living room. So if I go to ET and just play this, see the cube effect? Remember I applied that cube effect? So that's kind of what you get. Now when I exit out of here, now I'm right back into designing the DVD. So you have to decide whether you want to choose buttons like I did or any other thing instead. And really that's what you should have by the end of the day. The collection of whatever movies you want on your DVD, have them correctly named, and then have some sort of transition if you want, and then lay it out the way you want it laid out. All right, so I'm going to leave mine like this. The next time I do mine, though, I'll probably substitute actual pictures. I did not have my hard drive that had my commercials in them, so this is not going to be what you see when we do a screencast on Wednesday. All right, that's the end of the screencast. So hopefully you followed along and you made your DVD look you want it to look like. And head over to Edmodo for the second quiz, right? You had one yesterday to do. That was 5 questions, and then there will be one for Tuesday also. All right, that's all.